Greetings and welcome back. So I'm still in Eldoret city. And This moment, I just wanted to take a quick um, view of the city. So I went around through um, the, I don't remember the name of that road, and then up to Civica Hotel, then down at the CBK branch in Eldoret, then back to the main highway. So as I was walking through, I remembered this story I was being told about the history of Eldoret city. Well, it's the newest city in Kenya. We used to refer it as Eldoret town, but currently it's the Eldoret city. And it was very interesting what I was being told because I always thought that Eldoret, the name Eldoret came from the Nandi people or the Karenjin community. But then somebody said it came from the Maasai, and I was impressed. How comes the Maasai were in this region? Yeah, so basically, the name Eldoret comes from the name Eldore. So the T was actually added by the colonizers. They were the Afrikaners. So they added the T, the name, to sound more Nandi. So that's interesting. Um, Also, this person was telling me about the other preferred names that were there. Um, some being Sirikwa. For me, I always thought that Sirikwa was just a placeholder. But then I was told that Sirikwa was actually a community. Some people say it disappeared. I don't know what happened to the Sirikwa community, but it was one of the names that was proposed for this beautiful city. Another name was 64. Yeah, the name was 64. I don't know where 64 comes from, but it has to do with Afrikaners and moving from South Africa to Eldoret. And then another name was Giroa Fontaine. I hope I didn't butcher the name, but it was Giroa Fontaine. Was to be named after a governor, Pasi Giroa, uh, the first, I think it was the first governor, something like that. I don't remember. And then other names came in were like Sisibo. I think that name still lies around. Sisibo is from the Nandi community. Um, Also, there was proposal for the city to be named after the Sosiani River. Actually, if you go on my left, you find a river near Eldoret city. I think it's the Sosiani River. It's one of the tributaries of the Nile River, the one that moves from Uganda to Cairo, Egypt. So that's Eldoret. So many names. Actually, the interesting one was the naming from the Maasai. I never saw it. I always thought that Eldoret was a Nandi name because most Nandi names end with a T. But also cool that the Maasai have named Nairobi and have also named Eldoret. So yeah, that's fun. So at this point, I was getting outside the city, and at the back of my head, I was still contemplating about the going the Cheptiret Burnt Forest route up to Nakuru or branch of Atipua Press to go towards Eldama Ravine and then Nakuru city, also Nakuru is a city. So, like actually at this point, I not yet made up my mind because I'm used to the Cheptiret Burnt Forest Road, and it didn't want to take a risk. But then it was still early. So at this point, actually, interesting fact is I didn't have my gear is not waterproof, and me going around the city, I saw a place they were selling this raincoat, so I just decided to buy it because they were selling at a good price. So I bought it, and it was actually attached to my carry-on. You see, I think in the next episode, me using the raincoat. because I get rained on proper. But at this point, this is the most outskirts. Not most outskirts, you're still in Eldoret City, but now you're heading out to where people live. And well, that's another cow. I thought I left cows in West Pokot, but anyways, Eldoret is also was in Gishu County, which is a majority agricultural county. They produce maize, and meat, but maize is the main commodity around this county. So it's not uncommon to find cattle grazing because we use the products of maize to make meals for the cattle. So on my left, that's a new mall they're constructing. So at this point, I was actually speaking to myself because I knew I had to make a decision, and yeah, I just indicated left, meaning I'm going to Eldama Ravine. So I'm moving away from the Nakuru direct to Nakuru route to then to branch off via Eldama Ravine, and I was excited about it. So being my first time using this road, I didn't know what to expect. But somebody told me that it's clear, like there's no traffic. Uh, there's no traffic. It's not like the Cheptiret, the Damaravin road. You're going to meet a lot of trucks. In this road, I think it's just you, the road, and one, two, three cars. Um, yeah, when they said that, I didn't expect much, but I was actually surprised. There was definitely no traffic. So at this point, my being conservative on the speed area, I forgot about it. So I was pushing up to three digits. So because I didn't know the actual distance, where people were saying that it's the longest route, which I actually found it's a bit longer than using the Chaptiret and Chaptiret but forest route. It takes you a few minutes off. So at this point, I just wanted to press it and try to go as fast as possible, which is not recommended. To drive like a maniac on a new route, but there was no traffic. I experienced the road now for a few kilometers, so I saw it was at least nice. It was well marked. The bumps were marked. Um, there were almost no potholes until the point down the lane, which almost took me out. But anyways, at this point, I was just excited that I could do my speed trails and enjoy the road. Now, this road was giving me something different that the normal Eldoret to Chile to the Pant Forest Nakuru road was giving, and the views. It's not even that there was no traffic, but the views. I mean, you need to anyone who wants to move from Eldoret to Nakuru the other way around, you have to use this road because apart from it being so clean and almost non-existent traffic, it has the most beautiful view um, of the Great Rift. Apart from their homes, from time to time, you would find a clear view of the lowlands. So clear that I might distract you for a few minutes of the road, and I actually loved it. I knew from my maps, I had stopped previously and checked, the route is around 165 kilometers. Um, and like I've been saying, it's almost non-existent traffic. And the trees, which I came to find out about, now look at this view. I mean, you can't find this in another road apart from this Eldama Ravine and now West Pokot. West Pokot has the most amazing views you'd ever find on a road. Um, so it's 165 kilometers, which I knew would take me a few hours, especially now with this view. I had to stop a few minutes to just take pictures in the pretense of resting. Now you can look at the horizons and it's beautiful. So we just crossed some markings for marathons. So the North Rift, the Rift Valley, is known as the home of the best marathoners in the world. So it's not uncommon find somebody just learning, especially in the morning hours or in the afternoon hours, in the evening hours. So you find the road is very marked for a race, and I think it's optimum for people to run because, like I said, there is no traffic, so nothing much would stop. Especially if they are doing the full marathon of 42 kilometers. Um, so this stretch was actually dangerous. I got scared a bit because man, it's clear roads. So and the only thing in your head is just go fast, go fast. But then it had the nastiest twists. So you'd reach a point where it's just a complete corner. And uh, 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 mm, I have to say that I'm not that experienced on the two ways. I haven't even gone through a year with a motorcycle, so I so just know that corners are not my best friend. But I do go through some very much practice. But this stretch, if you want to go fast, yeah, it's going to tempt you. But the views are more always accommodate the fact that you're not going fast because you're going to see enough. Um, you're going to see enough of the road, and you're going to definitely love it. So at this point, I was doing a mix of high speed, low speed, and places like this corner. I never been to this road, so I don't know where it stops. You have to slow down and then take a corner like a beginner would. Uh, but I loved every aspect of it. I thing is I just found my new road. So I just do a mix of both, using the Nakuru road and this one. Because I love this one, but um yeah, I also love the Nakuru road. For some, you don't feel alone on the road. Which is a sort of idea. Um Well, people have mixed feelings about it, but for me, I would rather go on a road where I see other motorists, especially considering the fact that I have zero mechanics experience, or if anything happens to my bike, if I can fix it, apart from a few things here and there. I just want to be in a road where if I get stuck, I can just wave somebody down and they're going to lend a helping hand. So. this road was beautiful. And then we have that matatu in front of me. I've been trying to, this time I was trying to catch it and overpass it, but the driver was serious. I don't know if it's safe for somebody to do triple digits on a public transport, which I don't know why he was doing it, because I was looking at my odometer and was doing more than 110 and wasn't getting close to that matatu. But yeah, so the road is beautiful. Look at the view you have here, the praise, man. You just want to go on this road forever. After that almost accident scare, I decided to go take lunch and check if my heart is beating normally, because that was a close one. And that was the first time during this journey um, that I felt a bit scared, um, especially now that I was taking a new route that I've never used before. But so I decided to just go take a moment. So at this moment, I don't know the name of this town. I was just looking at any shop building that's written hotel or restaurant, but I at least have something because I hadn't eaten anything. I only took coffee in the morning when I was leaving the house. And since it was just a random travel, I had not packed any snacks to use on the road, so I stopped here. I saw a restaurant with a good name, so decided to go and check it out. And yeah, so at this point, I had some few stairs from Rocos. I was checking on my bike because of the issue I mentioned earlier regarding the chain hitting my swing arm. Something that I went to change, as you can see it in the video. Let someone check it out, and we repair the problem permanently to this day. So yeah, continue enjoying the road. this point, I was just excited that I decided to use this road. It was a big escape from the trucks that sometimes are not where we're coming to motorists, especially on two wheels. And I was just at the back of my head, I was like, yeah, it's one of the best biking decisions somebody can take, especially in learning how to ride on long, steepy roads. So at this point, I was just getting into Eldama Ravine town. I think it is Eldama Ravine town. I was not clear um, how to navigate or which other road I should take from this town, because from Eldoret up to here was just following one road, and I wasn't using maps. So I think at this point I was just looking for somebody and hopefully to where I could stop and ask them for help. And yeah, I think I found the one good man who shared with me the right direction to use. Since I don't like using maps. Bad. Kwenda Nakuru. Kwenda Nakuru niende na wewe.
Ndio alafu.
Nitaenda.
Na ukija unapita sana na ukija main kama kwa 30 kilomita.
Aha.
Kama natoka.
Aha. Kwenda Nakuru. Oh, so niende tu. Sawa. Nakuru ni hivi? Oh, niende right. Sawa, asante. Yeah, so I had to confirm the directions from other Buddha riders. I like to get a second opinion. I find it safer and better. So at this point, I knew so the only direction I have to follow is just go straight until I reach another junction, and then turn right towards Kabarak University. And then from Kabarak University, I'm going to find myself in Nakuru City. So I found some road constructions going on around here, and then I found myself in an awkward spot where, as you see in a few seconds, my bike skills were really tested. First of all, I had to use my advantage of having a bike, and the other people trying to figure out what road to use. So I squeezed myself in between the cars and the construction cars. So then I met this guy with an Audi. Like, how do you even go in front of a motorbike, especially with a rider who doesn't have experience? This guy was really testing my skills. So such a fight, and then you have to pay for it. So yeah, I continued the journey. I think the guy left me. Yeah, he did leave me. There's no way you could compare that car with my bike. So the guy just flew away. So remember the issue I was talking about, where my chain was hitting my swing arm. So at this point is where I decided to completely stop, because the temporary solution that I had applied was actually not working. So I found this good mechanic on the side and asked him if he could repair it, and here's how it went.
Songesha mbele kidogo. Kama hapo ita. Igonge chuma.
Siapa kesal?
Wazee inalingana venye unaendesha. Lingana venye unaendesha. Yes, pita 120. Ati? Ni kama mvua imeisha ama acha nisiseme nisipate mbele. Nilikuwa nadhani itanishika.